The philosopher Al Swearingen once said something like, "Announcing one's plans is a good way to hear the gods laugh." Such as when I announced my plans to test out the new Windows Shadows modular. And now that mod is a work in progress, as there were some problems with it. So that plan has been put aside for the moment, my friends. Plans have changed. And once again, I shall announce them aloud to the universe. I have been accused of worse in life than being foolhardy. Greetings, my friends. It is I, Kolar the Unkilled. Let us begin. As much as I admire SFO Definitive and all the work that has gone into that, my friends, there are just a few features of that mod that I find myself more and more so lately unwilling to put up with. For instance, these things that are protruding from almost all of the lower portions of the wintry tree trunks. I just cannot stomach it any longer. And thus I am announcing my intentions to go back to an earlier tree setup, one that I had used for quite some time with great success, one that is not perfect, but I feel I can achieve at least as good a look, if not better, by going back to it, and that is exactly why I'm showing this footage, because I'm going to test it out, I'm going to compare, and your opinions matter as well. This is a slightly different tree model, but you've got these jagged, I don't know, alien tentacles. I don't even know what to say. It just doesn't look natural. And it doesn't look good. And unfortunately, any of the tree models of the wintry variety, where the snowy pine needles don't go all the way to the bottom, like this one, or like this one, any of the ones where the needles are higher up, you get these strange Daedric tentacles protruding. And look at this. So, my friends, don't get me wrong. I am not intending to bash on Skyfall's work. In fact, I'm a big admirer of what he does and has done with all of his ports and various projects that he's worked on. I employ many of those mods in my load orders, past and present. So I'm a big fan of Skyfall's work. But I'm just being honest. Okay? I hope you would not expect any less of me. Two of the best features of SFO Definitive Edition are the superb LODs and the supreme and high-quality bark textures that are built into the tree models, with the exception of this particular tree model here, which very unfortunately is always marred by this slimy moss. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. But if you look at this and compare it with the graphics that are around it in a well-built load order, it just seems like it's from the previous generation. I'm sorry, it's just not becoming. And the same tree model always features this very low-res fungus. Okay, and if you just look up a bit, you do get these horrendous two-dimensional, low-resolution, dead stick-like features. And I do especially hate these straight, just like pipes, jutting out at a 90-degree angle that are chopped off at the end. So nothing about this looks natural. Unfortunately, this is a common tree model anywhere in any pine type forest that you go to. You see these things all over the place, and it's just not up to the standards set by the rest of the tree models that this mod has to offer. And so I am going to revert back to the old SFO trees only. The 99, it's about 99 megabytes, and I'm going to run it concurrently with HD Trees 2K. HD Trees is going to overwrite it, because what that mod lacked, SFO Trees only, what it lacked was quality bark textures. In fact, all of its bark textures were closer to this quality. The nice thing is that I found you can overwrite with HD Trees 2K, and when you do that, it comes out holding its own quite nicely. It's not the same textures, but it holds its own, and it's going to look just as good. And there won't be any tree models left out there for me to discover that are of a lower standard. Alright, my friends, so that will conclude this episode's nitpicking session. I guess it's time to carry on with the Dawnguard questline so that we may continue testing and observing that spectacular new Undead Overhaul mod. Of course, the most evident problem I'm going to have by switching to a different SFO is I'm not going to have the right LODs for Valhalla Rift. Unless the patch works for that version as well. Who knows? Maybe it does. We shall see. For now, we are on our way to recruit Gunmar. Ah, he's over there. Excellent. Yes, I would not want to have to part with Valhalla Rift. Not at all. Iverstead is looking a bit apocalyptic with this sky. Klimek can deliver his own damn package. I'm always running that thing up there for him. In every kalpa. Whoa. Oh, that's right. That's right. The Dark Brotherhood assassin that attacks there, I forgot about him. Now where is this? Where's the cave? There we go. Just one? Oh no, it's got a cub. Oh, she packs a punch. Oh. Oh, very good. Now yet. Oh, I didn't even see that one. And then they just have to go slaughter the cub as well, don't they? I could dead thrall the cub if I had that spell, which I do not at the moment. Hey, look at this. What do we have here? A heavy traveler's shield. That's different. Have a quick look at that shield. bad.
Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. My thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume. He's been working on that place for years now. His own little fortress. Well, I'll meet you there. Who's that?
Run, little cub, run for your life! Also, my friends, I am once again in need of a good horse texture mod, horse retexture. Now, if you saw one of my most recent videos, I recently reviewed Oblivion Horses by Stone Spiral Gaming, and I stand by it being the best looking horse replacer mod that I have ever used, that I have ever seen. But in this load order on my game, it was a tipping point. I started getting crashes, whereas before there were none, and that was the only difference. The horse mod that I had added that looked so good. It really pained me to have to get rid of that, honestly. It was so good. So in the past, I have used realistic horse breeds, which is also, quite frankly, very good, although I don't think the file size should be higher than Oblivion Horses, because Oblivion Horses is better. But I've never had any problem performance-wise with realistic. And then for a while here recently, I have been using HD... reworked HD horses, something along those lines. And it was not as good as realistic horse breeds, but it was also a much, much smaller file size. So I may end up going back to that, or I may just end up foregoing a horse texture mod at all right now. Man, how tough are these Forsworn going to be with this difficulty adjustment mod I have? Oh, well, I guess that answers that question, doesn't it? Okay, since that guy one-shot me right through my shield last time, let's go this route. Ah! Anyone else? Ah. Very good. Always satisfying to win a well-fought battle. Now we'll make our way on up to Soreen, and she is, let's just say, inconveniently placed here in the Reach. Always in the same location, but it's out of the way. It's not the area of Skyrim that I tend to travel most. No need for my lantern to be on. Now, Gunmar always moves around. Always in the rift somewhere, but various caves he can be at. But Soreen is always in the same spot, looking for her damn gyros. And I know where they are, too, but I'm not going to pick those up for her. No, not this time. She can... It's her own damn fault she lost them. What have we here? Look at this armor, my friends. This is from the Jethead's armor pack. Look at that beautiful Thalmor armor. That is mesmerizing. Excellent. And the glass, of course, is the Amidian-born. Very well done. And armor variations. You know, I'm not a Thalmor fan by any means, but I want everyone in my game to look good. Everyone and everything. As much as that is possible to do so. So if you thought my earlier critique of SFO Definitive was a bit harsh, let there be no doubt that I will hold its replacement up to the very same standards. In fact, it's a slightly higher, it's a slightly higher file size, and I'm going to have to add the HD Trees 2K to it. So overall, we're looking at around 120 megabytes versus about 95. And if I recall from before, it's been a while, but the problem that I had with that combination before was the LODs. The SFO Trees Only, the Tohu port. It had some bad LODs, mainly in the form of the tall Scotch pine type tree models. Wait a minute. Oh, there's a way down. Oh. Imminent beautiful view. Speaking of LODs. So yes, I've said it before, I'm just very nitpicky when it comes to my the mods, the textures that I see in-game. I like to hold everything to a high standard, and I like to be honest about it too. As much as I respect every mod author for what they all do, I don't go around kissing anyone's ass. I'm going to give you an honest assessment. I mean, wow. The Reach is such a barren place. But it does look quite beautiful during certain times of day. And we ought to be coming up on our target, Soreen, here any moment now. I know there are some very large tree mods out there, 200 megabyte tree mods. Those would probably be the answer to my prayers. It's just that I don't have the space. Unfortunately, I like to include too many other things in my game to set aside 200 megabytes for trees. Although one of these days I may have to go that route. We'll see. Soreen, finally, there you are.
You haven't seen a sack full of dwarven gyros lying around, have you? I swear I left it right here.
It's right over there.
Mud crabs might have taken it. I saw one the other day.
Mud crabs, horrible creatures.
Just look around, will you?
There's no time for that.
No, you must be mistaken. He made it exceedingly clear. I find it hard to believe he's changed his mind. Anyway, I'm quite happy in my current pursuits. So if you'll excuse me... Vampires. Really? Oh, and I suppose now he remembers...
What have you got in that tankard? Mind sharing?
Well, what are they up to? Well, that's actually something I never would... I'm not sure what they would do with one, but in this case... All right. If nothing else, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to learn more about what's going on so I can better defend. But I'm not just going. So either
Come on.
Those mud crabs stole, or I need another gyro from someplace.
There's no time. We have to get going now.
Now, where is it I'm supposed to be going? Been working more on his secret hideout, has he? It'll be interesting to... I'll finish up here and head in that direction as soon as I can. See you there. All right, then.
And this, my friends, seems like a good spot to end this particular video. Even though we didn't get to fight any undead this time around, I'm sure the future will hold ample varieties of skeletons for us to discover and defeat. So, my friends, that is it. I remain Kolar the Unkilled, as Tesht, and as always, I thank you for watching.